How's it going, everybody? It's Mike from PC Classic Cars, back with another test drive video. Today we are in this 1970 Ford Mustang Fastback that has a really strong 351 Windsor backed by a 3-speed automatic transmission. It also has aftermarket AC. So again, we have a 1970 Ford Mustang Fastback. This car has a non-original 351 Windsor in it, and then it's backed by a 3-speed automatic transmission. It does have power steering, power front disc brakes, and it also has aftermarket classic auto air AC. It also has upgraded suspension. It definitely gives the car a stiffer ride. It doesn't have your stock Mustang feel to it. Again, it's more of a performance, stiffer style suspension, but we can dive into that a little bit later on the test drive. Right now, my blinker is on. It's now off, but we're cruising about 60 miles an hour. It's performing well. The car goes down the road nice and straight. Steering feels good. But again, you do get that stiffer ride with the style of suspension that's on this car. Interior is very clean. It has like an aftermarket carbon fiber style door panel. Seats are nice. Back seat looks good. Has a matching style steering wheel to go along with the door panels. Also has some aftermarket gauges, which are like a black-faced gauge with white numbers. And all that stuff looks really good. Gauges are working. Does have an aftermarket retro style radio, and then you have the classic auto air, which blows nice and cold. I will say the console's nice, and it does have an aftermarket low car shifter. You push that button in, and it is a little bit stiff, moving the shifter from each position. So there could be a little bit of an adjustment made right there, but you can get it in and out of all the gears. It's just a little bit tight. Temperature gauge is coming up good. Speedo's working. Tach's also working. And then you have your voltage and your oil pressure gauge over there on the side, which also works. Horn works as well. Overall, the interior quality is nice. The seats are a little bit older, but nothing's torn, cracked, or broken. Headliner looks like it's recently been redone, and again, I touched on the door panels. That stuff all looks really good. As far as items that aren't working, the retro sound radio comes on, but it's not playing any sound, so there's something going on there. Your washer sprayers don't work, and that's, I believe that's about it. Take a look at our additional infos tab on all of our vehicles. We'll have photos of the flaws, and we'll also have the doesn't work section in there just in case I missed something while we're talking. But the items that aren't working are kind of too minimal on this car. It's again, with the aftermarket gauges, they've been put in well, and they all work, and all your exterior lights are working as well. Oh, that's one of the other things. The turn signals on the outside of the car work, but the turn signals into the hood scoop are not hooked up, so they're there, they're just not hooked up. It's warmed up now. We'll kind of get on it a little bit. Nice positive shift. And then there's high gear, and we're doing 70 miles an hour right now. Once you get into high gear, it's a comfortable car to drive. Underside of this Mustang is super clean and super solid. I found no rust issues, no rust repair. It's a really good and solid car on the bottom side. I don't know exactly when the paint was done. The black paint looks good. It has the like the dark gray, kind of silver when it's outside, stripes that are on the hood, also on the roof, and then they go over the deck lid. You have your hood pins, you have your Mach 1 style hood scoop, you have the rear window louvers, you also have the rear spoiler. So it's got that Mach 1 styling to it, but it is just a fastback. The paint quality looks good. There's a couple small little imperfections behind the tire on the passenger rear quarter, a couple other miscellaneous little imperfections. On the flat black on the top of the rear wing, there is some little discoloration spots, like there's almost a circle that's like a little bit of a darker spot on the top of the wing. But if someone wanted to repaint that with trim black, you can easily repaint the spoiler without doing much work at all. It does have the Shelby style wheels, which look really good. Again, driving this car, it goes really nice and straight down the road. Motor feels good. It is not the original Windsor, but it is a factory Windsor car. The color combo on this originally was white with like a ginger interior, so the color combo has been changed. Whenever they built this car, they wanted to obviously go black on black, which is a nice combo. We'll go take it down this bumpy road. Again, the suspension on this car is a Global West suspension. It does have the bolt-in subframe connectors, does have the strut tower brace, has rear traction bars. So all of that stuff kind of makes the car perform the way that it does. It's a lot stiffer than it would have been when it was new. So if you've ever driven one of these, they're not the tightest of driving cars. And this one is definitely on the tighter side now with all of the stuff that was done. So definitely a different change of pace. It still drives really nice, and I'm not complaining about the suspension. It's just the best way to put it is it's just a stiffer ride. But going down this road, again, the suspension performs excellent. It's good quality parts that they used. All of your glass is also really nice. The windshield looks good. The side windows look good. They roll up and down like they should. Obviously, the back glass looks good. You can't really see a lot of it underneath the rear window louvers, but it is there and it is nice. Someone definitely spent some money on, obviously motor has had some mild work done. It's not a crazy horsepower setup, but it does run well. Transmission shifts good. That Global West suspension is nice quality components. And then the aftermarket air is always a nice bonus. You're $4,000 or $5,000 if you're having a shop put AC in now. Those kits have got expensive, and obviously the labor to get it installed, so it's always a nice bonus. I really like these aftermarket gauges. They look good, kind of goes with the overall feel of the car. And the number one thing, at least for me, if y'all watch my videos, you know I hate run. I really do my best when I buy these cars to buy stuff that's good, clean, and solid. I'll be the first to admit not everything always works, but I do a really good job of listing what works and what doesn't work. If I had the time to fix every single thing on every car, I would. But I try to provide accurate information to my customers to say, hey, this is the item that I didn't fix. These are the couple little things that I didn't fix on this particular car, so they know what they're getting into. But I really, really try to find good, solid cars, because fixing rust is going to be your most expensive thing you're going to do on a classic car. Overall feel, it is a really good Mustang. I personally like a little bit of a softer ride. There's nothing wrong with the setup that's on this one. It's just a little bit stiffer than my personal preference. It performs well, but it almost has that, if y'all ever driven in like a road race or like a rally race car, it almost has like that suspension feel to it where it is stiffer. But again, still a really nice quality car, very, very solid. I love the cosmetic look, black with the dark, like the ghost stripes. And then again, you have all the upgrades that I mentioned during this test drive. Someone's definitely spent some money on all that stuff. So I do really like this car. It's a lot of fun to drive. Brakes feel good. As always, I really appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of my test drive videos. If there's ever anything else that you want to see, have comments, concerns, questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment on my YouTube channel, or you can call or text me directly at 903-820-1019. Check us out at pcclassiccars.com, or we are across all social platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. The handle across all of the socials is going to be PC Classic Cars. And I'll see you guys on the next test drive video. Thanks again for watching.